Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reserve de Marche. You can see this 37mm Power Reserve ultra-thin black dial stainless steel Jaeger-LeCoultre Reserve de Marche and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this timepiece. Now, on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this case size is part of the roughly millennial generation, which is to say about 1998 to 2002 of the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master series. Now back then, the 37mm case was standard in steel that's across the round of the case from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown, but also exceptionally thin. In light of the complexity of the watch, this is an impressive 9mm thick, and you can see the generous slope of the conical bezel and the slightly cup-shaped case back means that it sits even lower and gives a dress cuff or a tight sleeve ample opportunity to ramp up and over the flank of this case. It will not get hung up on even the tightest formal cuffs. Now from lug to lug, the watch spans 43.5mm, so although 37mm, it's actually tighter lug to lug than a standard 36mm Rolex Datejust, which would be about 44.5 lug to lug. That means that though my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, this watch can be comfortably, securely, and worn with proportion on a wrist down to of approximately, I would say, 13.5 centimeters in circumference. Very comfortable, very secure, very traditional and handsome. It's also possible that the combination of the black gloss dial and the high polished stainless steel case is the ultimate combination for a Jaeger-LeCoultre Master. Very versatile, and in this case, paired with a very substantial rectangular scale brown alligator leather strap with a light ecru contrasting stitch. You'll also note the curved spring bars at the end of the strap, helping to add a little bit more aesthetic coherence and integrated look to the watch. Also, keeping the flanks of the strap free from the flank of the case, it allows the strap to pull straight down around the tight curve of a smaller wrist. Now it's paired with a single fold deployant steel Jaeger-LeCoultre buckle, such that when it is buckled, there is no danger of accidentally dropping the watch while donning it or taking it off. Now, this generation, the so-called Black Master series, is regarded by many Jaeger-LeCoultre fans as a contemporary high watermark by Jaeger-LeCoultre design. Traditional, yet visually potent. There's a lot going on here and a lot to endear the watch to a traditionalist collector. You can see the beautiful faceted dart indices and the Dauphine hands at center. The dial is fully loomed with luminova on the hour and minute hands, as well as each one of the hours, so it has the versatility of being visible in direct, low, or no light conditions. You'll also note the Power Reserve scale, the radial date, and subseconds at 6 o'clock have handsome countersunk quality to them, such that there's an extra focal plane on the dial. The watch is broken up a little bit. It has a little bit of the charm of a pocket watch complication, with each individual complication placed over the drivetrain that operates it. Now you can see on the case back, this is the Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 928-2. This is a handsome, completely in-house, automatic, bidirectional winding caliber rooted in traditional Jaeger-LeCoultre engineering and finishing standards. You can see the gorgeous circular Côte de Genève across the rotor as well as the bridges. You can see the cobalt heat oxidized blue screws, certainly not chemically dyed in this case. Now the caliber has a power reserve of approximately 40 hours, and you'll note an ultra-thin caliber. Special techniques are used to ensure this, such as an open barrel for the mainspring, for example. You'll also note the reversing rocker for the bidirectional winding system, ensuring that it only winds in one direction even though the rotor turns the mechanism in both, so it has no rotor wobble like a unidirectional winder can have. You'll also note the balance assembly, operating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, features a Triovis micro-regulation device such that the watch can be very precisely regulated by a skilled watchmaker. And you'll note the attestation to the Master Control 1,000 hours test applied to this watch, a test of power reserve, chronometry, water resistance, shock resistance, anti-magnetism amounting to 1,000 hours, a Jaeger-LeCoultre in-house original, and a test of a fully cased-up watch, not just a movement. You'll also note that when the crown is pulled, the balance halts. The watch does feature hacking seconds, and as you wind the watch, up to its full power reserve, you'll note the action, find the focal plane, of the power reserve scale at 10 o'clock. A relatively short power reserve with a power reserve indicator means that manually winding the watch offers instant gratification and action on the power reserve scale. To adjust the radial date, there is a pusher corrector on the flank of the case. You can see and you can purchase this Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Reserve de Marche stainless steel case, black dial, on our website.